Good evening, traders. Welcome to the Mistrade Evening Report. It is Sunday, and wanted to take a look at some levels, see if we can hunt out some really good levels shaping up for this coming week, and also take a look at what news we have coming. For Monday, August 15th, 2011, we have a couple pieces of information you need to watch. We have a 8:30 a.m. Empire State Manufacturing Survey number coming out. That's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All these numbers are, these news releases are Eastern Standard Time. We have one at 9 a.m. the Treasury International Capital, and then we have one at 10 a.m. the Housing Market Index. So make sure to check those things out, get those on your calendar and watch them, and try not to trade around them during that time. So let's take a look at the market. Let's see what happened last week. Boy, we had an exciting week last week. As you can see here, we actually swung down and caught that 1077 level, and then from there it was just, we sucked all the air out of this candle right here. Ended the week with a monster hammer candle, and typically a monster hammer candle like this would result in some reversal here. So we are expecting some reversal, barring any catastrophe or any news that we are not aware of at this time. That's what we will be looking for. So let's take a look at what the daily chart looks like. Again, sort of got back and forth here for a couple days, sort of the pogo stick, if you will, and I suspect now that we found some legs above the 1162 level, and actually the 1148 was the number we were looking at, and you can see here that we held that level on Friday, and now we should see some upside. So what type of levels are we looking for? Well, let's take a look at these first of all. On the upside, I definitely like this 1197 level. That's a gap close that we have open for a little while. For you guys that are market profile traders, we also have an open POC up at that level. And then above that, we have an old high up here at the 1220 area. That is the 8.5 high. That would be August 5th. That was the high of that day. And then of course let's go ahead and move over into a 30-minute chart and find a few more levels here. To the upside again, we talked about the 97 level, and then of course we talked about the 2020 level up there. I also like the 1254 if we decide to really go nuts. Up here, the 1254 level is a good level. 1255. We do have gosh, that was back in March. We have a gap from March. That's March 8th. And yes, I track gaps that far back. I track all my gaps because eventually all gaps do get filled. So I'm looking at the 1254 for that. And of course, you can see here we have a 618 retracement back up into this area as well. So those are upside levels. Let's look for the downside. Downside has some really good opportunities levels wise. If you're trading down to those levels, or you're looking at those levels as a possible area to hold and to initiate a trade, I would not do it, and I'll say this again like I said last week, do not just take those trades blindly. Make sure you have a plan to get in them and out of them, and make sure that your risk is covered on it. But on the downside here, love the 1157 area. Again, we have a 382 retracement here, and then of course we have a pivot right here, the weekly pivot, which is at the 1153.50. So we have a little zone right there. Down below that, we have a 50% retracement, and it's also really close to this breakout at the from the 1148 that we looked at from this triangle last week, or this pennant, however you want to describe that. Down below that, we have 1141.25. I love that area. There's a few things there. We have a weekly R1 down there. We have a 50% retracement from this last swing up, last swing down, and of course we have an old value area low for any of you market profile traders. Now, if we start to get further down and we start getting weak, oh boy, this 14 is a good place to look at. We break below there, then we could go down and test those 1077s again. Other than that, guys, that's good for Monday. We have a lot of levels to look at. Trade well. I would let it shake out for a little bit for the first 30 minutes in the morning before you jump in and try to initiate any trades. You guys, if you haven't yet looked, pittrades.com is teamed up with Mistrade, and we got a great thing happening. We'll be releasing more information. If you go to pittrades.com, that's PIT trades, TRADES.com. Take a look at that. You'll be seeing more information. Sign up for that free newsletter. Otherwise, have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow evening. Take care.